Well, welcome back. We're here with the Black Side of Movies. Once again, we're talking Halloween, but this time we're at the end. Halloween ends this time. Uh, I don't know if it's going to end forever, but it's ending right now. And as always, we have the lovely Sasha back in the building. I'm gonna remember that name,
It's all
Sasha.
right, man. It's all right. It's like driving stick shift.
Well, we're
You gotta
5
get
in, and I'm still effing your name up.
driving stick shift. It's all right. Throw the hazards on and tell people go around. So it's the same thing with the names. Just
Yeah, so
we'll keep it moving.
we'll get it moving. We got some other stuff coming up, so I'll figure it out in the next one. But as always, if you want more of me and Sasha together, don't forget to click on that subscribe button during this video. Go ahead and send this to 5 people. That's all you need to do. And tell those 5 people to send it to 5 more people, and we'll be in there like swimwear. And don't forget to hit the ring bell icon because I got some more content coming for you guys. So if you don't want to miss any of that, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon for the next available video. How you been, Sasha?
I've been all right, just living my best life, living the dream, whatever the kids are saying.
Yeah,
Just taking it one step at a time.
that's what's up. Um, so let's get into Halloween ends. A lot of before we get started, a lot of people didn't like this film.
Oh man, they gave this film hate like Kanye. It was rough.
Yeah,
It was rough. And sadly Kanye's issue was much more egregious. But in this case, this is just as bad. People are actually protesting this film. They're protesting. They are putting together a GoFundMe and a change.org petition to try and have this film thrown out with the trash along with Mikey and getting it remade.
But we'll get into all of that. So let's start here. This movie actually begins a year after the events of Halloween Kills.
Yes. Time jump.
Little time jump, not a big one, but just a year later. People are still kind of on edge, but we start out with Corey. He's babysitting a little boy named
Love
Jeremy.
that.
Yeah, Jeremy ended up being a
love that.
But his parents are going out for the night. They're trying to get their sense of normalcy back from the events from the last movie. So we go with Corey. Corey is babysitting Jeremy. Jeremy is let's just say a
precocious little boy.
Yes.
So lots of zeal and tenacity.
He's a little rambunctious, and his parents, they trying to just go out, have fun, just trying to get some sorts of normalcy back into their lives, pending what happened in the last movie. You thinking it's easy money, kids gonna just sit there, read a book, but when the parents talking about, he's got issues, he wets the bed, he's scared at the dark, and I'm like, this ain't easy, buddy. This sounds like a horrible job.
Listen, let me tell you something, okay? Anybody that's ever babysat a child knows it's never easy money. Ever.
Right.
Ever.
I don't think I've babysitted anyone other than my niece and nephew, and they're pretty self-sufficient at that.
That probably wasn't easy money in and of itself.
Right. I don't know. So the next scene, even though this kid is supposed to be so afraid of the dark, he's up here watching The Thing. The Thing is a 1982 John Carpenter masterpiece. If you have not seen The Thing, you need to, don't stop this video. Watch it after this video is ended and go watch The Thing, because you're doing yourself a disservice by not knowing this movie, another John Carpenter classic. But they're even showing the part where The Thing opens up and grab somebody, and this kid is like, oh yeah, this is great, ha ha ha, like this kid's a little psycho.
No. I think that when you're that age, you tend to have an affinity for horror movies until you find the lane that really scares you.
Yeah,
like I love horror movies, but not possession horror movies. That's just nah. That lane, turn left. I'm not with it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't like really possession movies, but I'll watch them. They ain't too bad.
So, I watch possession movies like this. That way nothing gets through, or I
Yeah,
watch it with a bunch of people around me so
right.
that, I
Like
cover my soul up with other souls. That way it can
yeah,
go to that one, not me.
the chances of your soul being affected is very
Right?
minimal.
It's like, oh, we don't want that one.
So Corey goes into the kitchen because the parents are like, "Yeah, get it wherever you want. There's some cake in there, whatever, whatever." So then you hear a little bump in the house, and Jeremy goes missing. Corey doesn't know where Jeremy went. He's searching the house, like, "Yo, where he at?" Looking outside, looking upstairs. And Jeremy locks his ass up in the closet.
Good job, Jeremy.
Yeah, like you just got outwitted by an 8-year-old. Like, and of course, he's got the knife in his hand from when he was trying to cut a cake that he found on the stairs. So
Because that's
Corey
where
trying
knives go. That's where
right,
knives
that's
go, on the
where
stairs.
they go on the stairs. So Jeremy's up there kicking the door, trying to get Jeremy to. Well, I'm sorry, Corey keeps kicking the door, trying to get Jeremy to open it. And Jeremy's on the other side talking shit to him. La la la, ha ha ha. You suck at babysitting. Blah 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 blah. Just as he's about to kick this door open, the parents come in and hear, Corey saying he's gonna kill his ass. And as soon as the parents walk in, they see Jeremy flying over the railing because Corey kicked the door so hard that it hit Jeremy in the face and knocked him over the rail of this door. This house had to be at least 4 stories tall. I mean, if you looked up, you saw that it had this big winding staircase.
Yes.
It had a lot of levels to it. And
Yeah.
then this little 85-pound boy just
Splat.
splat. Of course, the parents see it. They all up in arms, like, of course, as you
Yeah.
would. Like, what did you do to my son? Like,
As they should.
right,
They walked in with Corey going ham sandwich, like, yo, listen, all sorts of sentence enhancers, aka cuss words, if you're Southern. And I mean, talking to the kid, calling him everything but his name.
right.
And all you hear is splat. The what you heard before was, I'm going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And then before you know it, boom goes the dynamite. Kid is dead with a side of gone, and we got our first kill.
Yeah, dead with a side of gun. Here we go. We
Yeah,
in
man.
yeah.
That's
Roll credits, and we see different pumpkins, little CGI pumpkins, one
mm-hmm,
evolving after the other. Thought that was pretty cool. And then we have Lori recapping the events from 78, 2018, Halloween Kills, and how it affected the town. Of course, you saw Corey going to jail or getting at least the back of a squad car. I think he went to jail. They didn't.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't
I assume he went to jail.
yeah,
He
because it was
killed a whole kid.
right. We saw some lady hang herself outside the house, one of the houses.
So what we
Right,
actually saw, what I deduced from it was that we saw the mayhem that Mikey left behind.
right.
So
We see that Lori is trying to live a civil life. She's not that agoraphobic person that she was before. She bought a house in the suburbs of Haddonfield. She's trying to be Susie Homemaker. She's writing a memoir of her events that happened to her for the past 40 years, so she can kind of get over it. Guess it's kind of therapy for herself. We running into Corey. He's out of jail. He's working at I guess it's the stepdad, or was it his real father? Because I really couldn't tell the way that his mom was going ham on him. Like,
well, I don't know. I thought that was his real father.
okay, so we'll go with that because I'm not sure which one it was. I wasn't clear on that. But yeah, he had a job at the scrapyard with his father at his dad's business. He's just trying to put his life back together. But then we get Corey going to the store, getting him some chocolate milk. He just wants some milk. And a couple band geek bullies of all people like roll up on him like, hey man, try to get him to buy some beer. We've been practicing all summer. We just need to unwind. Corey like, I don't want no part of your issue, which I got going. And they start bullying Corey like,
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That was the first strike for me. That was the first strike for me. One, those kids, like I said then, and I'll say now, those kids will not hang out together. Those particular groups that happen in high school do not hang out together.
Not
Let alone be bullies.
Well, it makes sense if they're only the band together, because even at my school, the band hung with the band geeks, and the football team hung with the football team, and
but all 4 of them are not in band. That's why
all 4 of them wasn't band. Like they all had band uniforms on.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did. Yes, go back and watch it.
No. I paid attention to because that stuck out. What it is that one kid had on a Letterman jacket to let you know he's the athlete. You had the band geek wearing the band gear. Then you had what they would call the emo kid with the haircut.
Nah.
Then you had, go back and watch that. All 4. That's what makes me angry. Those 4 kids do not belong together, let alone be bullies.
All right. We see that Lori is actually seeing all this go down. Like this grown man getting bullied by a bunch of high schoolers, and she's like, "Hey, knock it off," and they run off or whatever. And Lori's like ready to ride. Like, "Hey, you want to slash your tires or should I?"
I like that.
Yeah, so they go to work, and then she gets them to a medical facility because the chocolate milk was a glass bottle and broke skin on his hand. So. And that's where we get Allison meeting Corey for the first time. So, we see that Allison takes a liking to Corey. She thinks he's cute for whatever reason. Then we see Corey's home life. It's a grown ass man getting bodied by his overbearing mother. Like, dude.
Yeah, that's not cool. If
we're gonna go with the thought that Corey is almost damn near 25 at this point. And his dad is just like, just trying to keep the peace. He don't want no problems out of this woman. So he ain't saying too much to help him out, but he's trying to help him. You're like, hey, don't tell her about the motorcycle I just bought you, so you don't have to keep riding your bike to work or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know, the man in me that I couldn't.
Yeah, it sits weird.
It's very weird.
Really weird.
But we get Lori and Officer Hawkins. They up there doing the old people flirting in the grocery store. So,
I like it.
Yeah, it was sweet. It was cute, But as soon as Lori leaves, she gets it from. So the lady's name is Sandra. You remember Sandra from Halloween Kills, the last video we did. She gets a light bulb, the fluorescent light bulb to the throat, while her husband's getting, I guess, what's it called? The boards where you put your knives in when you stab into the board. A charcuterie board or whatever.
Charcuterie board, a cutting board. Yeah.
So her husband is being stuffed full of knives while she just watching. You thought that she passed away in that. But no, she lived, and she just can't speak anymore. But you saw the damage that was done to her neck, and her sister's like, yo, why are you so happy? You see what you did to my sister right here? Like, Lori like, yo, I had nothing to do with that. She's like, yes, you did. This is your boogeyman coming, and you brought him here because you couldn't leave well enough alone, and X, Y, and Z, and which is not totally true. It was those jerk podcasters in 2018 that did all this, but yeah, she blames her. So, of course, Lori's feeling bad about everything. And, but Corey and Allison, they actually go on a date together at a local bar because Allison doesn't want to go by herself. She doesn't want to, mess with these people anymore. But she sees Corey's about the same way, like kind of an outcast. So, why not put 2 outcasts together and go hang out and blow off some steam and have fun?
That's it. That's what happened.
Yeah. I mean, that's the what happened to that point. But as we see, of course, just like Lori got bodied outside the grocery store, Corey gets the same treatment from Jeremy's mom in the bar. She up there drinking her ass off. So
see, this is another strike against the movie. Just boo that guy. Because now this is where I get mad with makeup and costumes. Her hair that she had was exactly the same from when we saw her. That means her hair held for 4 years. Ain't ain't no way in the history of womanhood. Let's go with that.
Right.
Apologies. Going back to the party scene, I feel like it was a missed opportunity to bring in Mikey.
Right.
There is a missed opportunity to even give an inkling of fear.
But let's move on. The band geeks, as Corey runs from the party, Allison tries to stop him. She's like, "Yeah, screw you, I'm out." So he runs into the band geeks again. You said the bully brigade.
The
Let's just call
bully
it.
kids, yep.
So they're trying to try to punk this dude, and dude standing up for us. They're like, F you guys, and so they get to tussling, and they throw his ass over the wall of the bridge. Like,
Yeah.
oh, did we kill him? Like, go down there and check. I ain't checking. Let's just get out of here. Like, okay, finally, okay, somebody's gonna get it now. So we have stakes involved now. But as they run off, someone drags Corey away, and then he wakes up in a sewer, trying to find his way out. And this is the part that kind of ruffled my feathers. And I clocked
your first issue.
We were at 40 minutes.
Yes.
And 50 seconds.
Yes.
This is the first time we see the shape in this movie. After 40 minutes and 50 seconds of this film, 41 minutes. Let's round it up. And we finally get Michael Myers in the picture. That's the part that I had an issue with. Like, this is Halloween, not, Corey or whatever.
This is not Halloween 3.
No, this is it was treading there for a second, but yeah, we finally see the shape as he's trying to choke Corey's life out of him. But for whatever reason, he sees it to Corey's soul and was like, and then lets him go.
Yeah, that's what it is. He saw into Corey's soul. I thought he gave Corey an evil STD without the S. Like, it was like, hey, circle, circle, dot, dot. Now you got the evil shot. Right. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, because after that moment, after their close encounter of the third kind, he got a little bloodthirsty.
He did. But they actually go into that. That's the part I do like. When Corey escapes the sewer, he runs into some homeless dude that's been watching that sewer. It was like, hold on. A lot of people go in there and go missing. That's when I realized that, remember in the scene on the bridge where the bullies were taunting Corey? There was a missing persons billboard up there.
Yes.
And with the homeless man saying, yeah, people go in there, but they don't come out. So why you let you go? He's like, go back in there and get me that mask. I'm going to be the next Michael Myers.
Yes.
And they get to tussling with the knife, and Corey ends up stabbing up the homeless guy. Like,
yeah. It was like, I want the knife.
Nah, he wanted the mask. Like, please. I want the mask, please.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, you do see that. So like I that's kind of like what I kind of sort of like the winky eye of the town is not as sweet and pristine as the townies feel it is.
Right.
It's like, oh, you brought him here. No. All of y'all were on Lunchbox because of him. Yes. What happened in 1978? But when he came back, it wasn't just me. This town is broken.
Right.
This whole entire town. And by day, you want to sit up here and say, oh, we're just great. Y'all putting on for the neighborhood. But then you turn around at night and you have missing persons. Your police officer, your own police officer is not even on the up and up, as you see as well. As you encounter on the second end.
So Corey runs home. He's trying to make sense of everything that just happened. Like, what the hell is going on here? And he goes to Allison. Well, we go to Allison. She gets passed over for the promotion that we talked about with the nurse thing. But then Corey comes over. He apologizes, tell her what happened. Like, hey, someone tried to kill me. But then they take a walk. He's like, yeah, I killed someone. I'm thinking he's confessing to the homeless guy, but all the while he's talking about the kid that accidentally passed away earlier in the film. So they go to the house, and he explains what happened, and he like it wasn't his fault, blah blah blah. And Allison eating it up like, yeah, I know it's not your fault. You're just misunderstood.
Wait, I thought he was talking about the homeless guy.
No, he
I've
was
seen this
talking
movie
about the
twice
kid.
now. He was talking about the kid.
He was talking about the kid.
I, now I have to sit through it a third time. This is not fair to me because I watched it initially with intensity. I watched it a second time, like, okay, maybe I missed some stuff. Prepare.
Nah.
I could have sworn he was talking about the homeless guy.
No, because
I did not pick up.
As soon as he told Allison that, I killed somebody, they immediately go to the house of where the little boy died, and then he starts telling them the story of what happened. So,
you know what? Didn't pick that up at all.
Yeah.
No. I was so upset about this movie that I did not even see the breadcrumbs laid in front of me.
Yeah.
Anger makes you blind.
Man, I got through it. So Lori actually goes out to Corey's mom and like, yo, what's going on with your son? He's dating my granddaughter, and but then mom's like, look, I don't want no part of you. You the reason why this town turned against my son when that accident happened. They couldn't find your boogeyman, so they try to turn my son into the new boogeyman, and that's why you need to get the hell out of here. And
you need to make like Michael Jackson and beat it. Right. That's what she was trying to tell her. But it's crazy that the whole entire town, other than two people, wants to blame everything on Lori.
Right.
And I don't think it's a fair shake.
Corey is actually telling Allison, hey, you need to leave here. There's nothing here for either one of us. Let's just, get up and go. And because Lori's using you as an anchor to stay here. So if you're gone, maybe she'll leave and maybe she'll move on with her life.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. He makes a viable argument because as a person who's watching the movie, I'm wondering myself, why in the Sam Ham, Lori, are you staying around in this town that hates you?
Here's your boyfriend coming in, ex-boyfriend. He's a cop. He pulled Lori over earlier talking about what's up, and she like, not a damn thing. So he's getting drunk at the same bar it was a diner. It wasn't a bar, but
that was weird too. But
like
whatever they do in Illinois, or
I thought they just served you in a glass like a little pint, not have a whole beer in your hand, like walking around disturbing people.
Yeah, it was a weird aesthetic, that scene.
Yeah, but still small town. Maybe it's small town things. I don't know anything about that. So, when he starts getting disrespectful, Corey stands up to him like, yo, what's up? What you want to do? And dude was like, don't worry, I got you. And I was thinking cop vibe, like this dude's going to try to shoot Corey later.
Yeah.
So Allison, and she tried to invite him in, but he's like, nah, I got something to do. So he goes back to where the shape is, Michael Myers is. And the ex-cop boyfriend, or the cop boyfriend, goes and follows Corey and finds the homeless man deleted in one of the tents. So he's automatically thinking, oh, Corey just deleted this guy. Let me go capture him. So he follows him to the sewer. And I marked this too. At 55 minutes and 48 seconds, we get the second appearance of the shape Michael Myers. Like, it really is not a Michael Myers centric film at this point. Just the fact that we've gone about almost an hour into this film and only seen him twice. That bothers me. So, but we see a weakened Michael, almost get deleted by the cop, but Corey jumps in, holds him down, and lets Michael go to work. Like, show me how it's done. And so he and then just starts So
I thought about you here, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, because you're like, listen, ain't no way a 65-year-old man gonna be able to take me. So I was like, okay, this is a 65-year-old man who's finally a youngin, got the best of him.
Right. But he had help though. That's the thing.
Right. I mean, without the help, though, do you think Mikey
Oh,
would have won?
he would have got Mike. Yeah,
Okay.
if Corey wouldn't have jumped in, he definitely would have deleted Mike. At least he would have slowed him down because for whatever reason this guy don't stay down long.
Yeah.
So after that, I guess that's when he becomes the Shape's apprentice.
Which I was like, okay, then I was on board. Like it was gonna be like Mr. Brooks style, and have this apprentice take on the mantle because like the
But it
title's
doesn't make.
Halloween Ends.
So afterwards, he goes back to Allison and you know, he asked Allison straight up, "Did you escape the Shape or did he let you live?" Trying to figure out, if which one happened. Like just like he let him live. Like, did he let you live or did you really escape him? Even though we know that, I don't know, because
Do we?
her mom like stabbed him in the back with that pitchfork and kind of lured him out for the town folks to get him. But you know, I don't know.
There's so many sides. So like Allison. So I just have to shake it off like a bad pitch.
Lori looking through the window and seeing that uh, Allison is taking Corey upstairs the same way that Judith took her boyfriend upstairs in the first Halloween movie.
Yes.
But little do we know that she know that Michael's looking at her, looking at them, going upstairs to get it on.
They don't know that we know that they know.
Right. Just
I'm
breaking.
looking at you, you looking at me, I'm looking at you,
Right.
looking at them.
Scream rules thrown out the window. Scream rules be damned at this point.
Well, you know what? Okay, here's the crazy part, right? So going back to that scene, Lori is looking at them go upstairs like Mikey looked at Judith going upstairs.
Right.
In this scenario, Lori is Mikey without the
Right.
the bloody Sunday
tendencies.
Right, without the bloody ending, like the Russian doll effect. That's what I call it, where the person is looking at something else and then somebody's watching that person. It's like, oh, there's a doll in here. Oh, there's another one. So
right.
I greatly appreciate that. The only thing that would have been funnier is if somebody was watching Mikey watching Lori
watching
them.
Allison and Corey.
Like the mom is
right.
stalking her son.
Yeah, so, that was wild. So the next morning, Corey sees that scarecrow mask from the party the other night, and he's thinking he needs the Shapes mask to keep doing what he needs to do. I don't know,
I guess.
I don't know. That's the thought that came to my mind. Like if Michael has a mask, then he needs one too. So Lori tells Lindsay at the bar that she sees Michael Myers and Corey. Like there's something evil about this kid now for some reason. Like it wasn't there before, but it's there now. And Lindsay was like, well, let me introduce you to somebody. Like that Lindsay introduces Lori to happens to be Roger, the father of Jeremy. Roger seems to be cool. Like, hey, I know that was an accident. I get it, but it's where we live. They treated it like it was like he intentionally did it. I'm ready to forgive him. But when he tried to pull up on him walking down the street the other day, he like, nah, that wasn't the same little boy I knew growing up that was cutting the grass for me. And, we was trying to give odd jobs to. This was somebody totally different now. That ain't the same Corey. Like there's definitely, some darkness in this guy.
Yeah, prison will do that to you. Because again, we're 3 years later.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but that's if we're 3 years later. Now I feel like I gotta watch it the third time. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, the timeline doesn't really go with this. But we see the next scene. We see the nurse and the good doctor going to the love shack, baby. Love shack, la 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 shack.
It's a little old place where they can get together,
and trade notes.
Love shack, baby. So yeah, this is in that, and he bought her a robe.
Yeah,
like 24-year-olds don't have robes. Is this what we're doing?
Well, I'm sure
21-year-olds don't have robes. Not the silky kind.
Well, when you're young and you gotta do with money, you get stuff that you ain't never thought about before.
Let me tell you something, okay?
See, you're older and experienced now in this game
Listen,
of
listen.
life.
First and foremost, you're not gonna hit me with the old card, or
I
the
said
experience
older, not old,
card.
older. You know
Older.
better.
Listen, you're not gonna hit me with any of those. I block those bad combos. Don't hit me with the old experience, older experience. Let me tell you something, okay? One thing's for sure, and two things for certain. I had a robe. I'm not gonna be impressed by
You have
this
a silky
a
robe like
silky.
she had.
I sure did had a silky robe. Okay, my mama bought me one for Christmas. That's what I'm saying. That's all I
Uh,
got for
right. So the
that.
nurse hears a noise, and she finds that the good doctor is getting dispatched by old Corey in the scarecrow mask there on the
Mm-hmm.
ground.
Yeah.
The nurse goes back in, locks the door while Corey's beating on the window trying to get in. She's starting to call for help, but then Michael Myers is right behind her. Like, how'd he get
Because
in the
he's magic.
house?
He's the magic man.
Like, they doing a tag team now. So,
And they back
uh,
again.
yeah, so he literally nails the good nurse to the wall there, just like he did old Bob
Right.
in
You
the
saw
first
that
movie.
too?
Yeah.
You saw that too. I was like, oh, call back. Nice.
I don't know if I was doing I was like,
I was.
oh.
Again, watching the live view, man. Like watch the live stream. I was like, ooh, call back. Nice.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So then Corey goes and hooks up with Alice and tells her that he wants to move away and get away from all this. And they're sitting on like, here's the part another part that's like disjointed for me. They was on this roof, right? On the radio station.
Mm-hmm.
And then Corey acts like he jumps off, but he really just jumped to the next level of the roof or
Yeah.
whatever. And no one heard them going up to the roof to begin with.
No, because they're lighter than air.
And then the
They're light as
DJ
a
come
feather,
out
stiff
like,
as a board.
what you doing? Get the fuck out of here. Like, go away.
No, absolutely not. They're light as a feather and stiff as a board. Okay, like
Right.
the craft. So they levitated. Okay, to get to the roof.
Once, Corey's being followed by Lori at this point. So she sees everything that happened in front of the DJ booth or the DJ station. Corey gets kicked out by his mom, and but she instantly regrets it. But she's such a psychopath herself. I don't know, sociopath is the right word for it.
The mom, believe it or not, gave me Carrie mom vibes.
Yeah, like
And
this guy was
Norman,
doomed either way.
she gave me, she gave me psycho vibes too. And I don't mean crazy. I mean like the movie.
Right.
So it's like
if Corey would have stayed any
Norman
longer,
Bates.
he would have
He's
turned into
Norman
Norman
Bates.
Bates. Yeah, he definitely would have
Yes,
turned Norman.
definitely.
So Corey ends up sleeping at the Allen household where the Jeremy was unfortunately deleted. And Lori wakes him up like, how did she get in here? Like,
Lori came in through the window. At least that was explained.
right. So she
did
offers some
Batman though.
Yeah, she did a real Batman. She offers some help, like, hey, I know you got darkness, but you need to leave my granddaughter alone. She ain't ready for this type of work that you about to put in the folks. And he's like, kiss my
You don't
ass.
want no parts of this, Dewey? No, that's how she did.
Right. And but they both want the same thing. They both want Michael Myers at the end of the day. I mean, so but she can't stop him, and Allison is gonna go with him, and they're gonna be a happy family or whatever. So so Corey informs Allison that Lori wants him dead at this point. And that they need to leave town right now, which is one of those things like, okay, let's just leave. We'll buy clothes on the way out of here. I'm sure there's a Walmart in every town at this point.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah, so she goes home, she starts packing and she like just goes in on Lori talking about you just obsessed with death. You don't care about anything. And
I was so mad at that scene.
mm-hmm. It's oh God. Listen, she's been through some shit.
Right.
Attention. But But here's where things started to happen. So Corey goes to Michael Myers and steals his shape mask from him. And then he lures the band geeks to the scrapyard.
Yeah.
And this is where things gets really interesting. So first, the bullies thinking they're going to chase him down because he wrote "Psycho" on the scrubbed it into the top of the hood of their little drop top they got. But they didn't know that going into that scrap yard was a trap. They're thinking they just going to mess with Corey, hook up his bike and run it down the street. But nah, the first bully, he gets a knife to the eye for his troubles. He's supposed to be the one starting up the car.
Yeah.
The leader, he's like, oh, what the, oh boy's dead. So he runs in and so happened Corey's dad's at work, in the office or whatever. But meanwhile, Corey's run down the two girls because they tried to run out. One jumped the fence, the other one didn't quite make it, get stabbed underneath the fence.
Yeah.
And while our black girl that should have lived, but if she would just kept running.
No, absolutely not. She should have been with everybody else. We're good.
Nah, and she gets a pipe wrench to the face, like, dude.
Nope. She had to go. She had to go.
She had to go. They had to
go. She had to go. You want to know why?
Why is that?
Because she's a bully, and they all need to go. Absolutely not.
So the bully that got ran over, she's still alive. She's trying to get from under the fence
because she's a plant.
Right.
He baited. He was smart. He was a little.
He had it planned out. I don't know. I don't know if he thought this was going to happen the way it happened, but it happened.
I think he did. I think he planned it that way. He, like I said, he home alone did. He was like, "Oh, okay, this is gonna be bait.
Right.
This is gonna be that. Her cries will draw out people. He hit them with the predatory.
Yeah, he definitely he did. He went to work. But then here's the part that I don't get. Why did Dad give the bully the rifle?
Because Dad was like, "Yo, that's Mikey.
Right.
You gotta get Mikey."
So the dad goes out there, sees the truck is on top of this girl. He's trying to help the girl.
Yeah.
The bully sees, Corey dressed as a shape. Like, there you go, right there. And the dad's like, hold on, no, wait. Shoots him right between the eyes, like
all in the eyes.
Yeah, so he goes down. Corey disappears. What do you do? He sees the other bully trapped under the thing. He sees the girl's head bashed in from that pipe wrench.
Mm-hmm.
Corey gets the drop on the lead bully, knocks him out with the rifle.
Yeah.
And then he takes the welder. Is that a welder or a blowtorch?
I think it's a blowtorch. Don't get me to telling you stories.
Yeah, I think it's a blowtorch. But he goes dental on this guy.
Yeah.
Like, my teeth. Like,
but
the bully that was underneath the car, she like, you're already dead. It's over. Like, you already got you.
Oh, good times.
But then
it works for me. Good times.
And then, Corey goes over and stomps her head like a pumpkin. Like, dude.
I mean, he curved it. It was.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. And then runs her over as he's driving off of the tow truck. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, ugh. Corey, I don't know. Corey did everything that every bully person probably wants to do to their bullies.
Exactly. And that's the only part that deserves gold stars.
Yeah.
That's it. Just deserves.
Pretty much.
Because you're not supposed to be going around bullying folks. That's just not the move.
Well, he took out his main bully, his mama. Little patricide going on there. Or, no, it's mattress. Is it matricide or that's when you delete your mother? Matricide. That's when you delete your mother.
I'm gonna roll with that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'll put the definition up. But yeah, he grabs a large kitchen knife, and all you see is mom's like, no.
Again, pulling a Psycho moment because you don't really see, like in Psycho, you don't really see connection.
Right.
You just hear it.
Mm-hmm.
and you get splashes of things.
Right. But they show her
So
later that she did get
yeah,
to
you
do this.
show it later. Yeah.
Then Corey, he's making sure this night counts because he goes to the radio station, deletes the
Yeah.
producer, and then smashes the DJ's head into the DJ equipment, and then cuts out his tongue. Like, this is what you get for talking all that shit about me earlier.
Well, yes, because why not make it count? You either go big or go home.
Yeah,
Corey's like, listen, I'm not gonna do any half. I'm gonna
right.
go. I'm gonna have the whole enchilada at this point.
Yeah, he didn't half-ass anything. He went for the full Monty. Like, he was getting everybody that wronged him that night.
Mm-hmm. Oh, with that, his stepfather hands the bully a rifle. So someone you think that's in your corner is actually helping the other guy. And then
Yeah,
you got all four of these bullies. So everyone is justified in being removed
right.
in his
In his mind, yeah,
right,
they
in his
this
spree.
is a long time coming for all of them. So
Right, all of y'all.
so,
So yeah.
Moving on. Lori tries to apologize to Allison. She ain't trying to hear it. She trying to look for her man. She going all over town looking for Corey. So Lori feels like there's something wrong. So she goes upstairs. She lights a jack-o'-lantern. I don't know anybody that
Because
likes
that's what you do. That's what you
right
do. You light a
inside
jack-o'-lantern
your house of
inside
all
the
places.
house. Yeah, like most people light candles. You light jack-o'-lanterns here in Haddonfield.
Right.
That's what you do.
She pours herself a drink. She pulls a gun. She
And
reports.
this is it.
Well, she reports to 911 that a suicide just happened, and
Yep.
acts like she's about to kill herself. And then you hear it, pow, right into a
Nice.
pumpkin.
Because again, if you're watching this and you've seen the live stream, if you haven't seen the live stream and you're
Please
watching
watch the
this,
live stream. And
go
while
back
we had
and watch the live stream because my reaction is like, how dare you? Like, this is Laurie Strode.
right.
Absolutely not. So if you want to see that reaction of both of us on this scene, please go ahead to like, share, and subscribe and take a look at that.
Yep.
But
It's
yeah,
right
so,
there.
right. The thing is with that, I'm sitting there like, okay, so you're going to do this to an iconic character. You're going to end this iconic character by their own hand.
Right.
Because the title is Halloween Ends. So I'm like, so you're going to make it end by her removing herself out of the equation?
Of course, she didn't kill herself. She shot into a
No.
pumpkin, and then she gives Corey two hot ones as he's trying to, open the door and figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
He flips over the railing as past people have done.
Yes,
Onto the
because
floor.
stairs are dangerous.
Stairs are very dangerous in the Halloween franchise.
Yes.
And he takes out the mask. He's like, "What the hell, lady? You weren't supposed to do this. I was supposed to do this to you. You're not supposed to do this to me."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Lori empties out the gun like,
unload the clip. I love that.
Here I am. Come do what you wanted to do. Come delete me.
Nah.
So they hear Allison pulling up, and he was like, "Oh, yeah. If I can't have her, no one will." I'm like,
yeah.
what the?
Now that made sense because he knew that Lori was gonna wig out as they do in movies. As they do in movies, they wig out and they put their fingerprints on the weapon.
Like the first thing that she does, and I think everybody knows this. If you don't know this, if someone gets stabbed, do not remove the whatever stabbing them.
It's acting like a tourniquet.
Yes.
Unless they did it and then twist, then you're done. Just
if they twist it,
let them go. Let them go.
Might be done. Yeah. But you never pull out anything you've been stabbed with, whether it's a knife, tree branch, whatever. Don't pull it out.
Don't pull it out.
So what's the first thing Lori do? She pulls it out and she's holding a bloody knife in her hand.
You would think the survivalists.
Right as Allison is coming through the door. So it make it look like, oh, she murdered my man.
Oh, man, when I tell you I was hot as fish grease. And Allison, like, come on. There's so many guys. You're young. You're spry.
Right.
This sucks, yes, but You could find another psycho or another bad boy to fall for.
Yeah.
Just this guy.
But,
You really think your grandmother was going to kill or remove
but remember
your
earlier,
boyfriend?
Corey told her that your grandmother's going to try to kill me. And with
I've
that,
said that.
it
I,
was
yeah, no,
now it's like, yeah, he was right, and she was really trying to kill him.
absolutely not. Because one thing's for sure and two things are certain. You got to know your family.
Allison leaves and notices the scrapyard is on fire, but she gets a call from Officer Hawkins like, yo, what's going on with your mom? We just got a suicide call from the house, which makes her turn around and go back to the house. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. But then this sets up the final battle. Here we go with Mikey the Shape Myers in one corner, and then we have Laurie Strode in the
In
next
the
corner.
other. Mm-hmm.
And they fight all over the kitchen, and they going back and forth. Uh, they call back the 78 movie where Michael stabs Laurie in the ear with a knitting needle the same way she stabbed him in the neck with one.
Yes.
So my thing is, you got two senior citizens in this kitchen beating the shit out of each other at this point.
Yes. It's worth it. It's so worth it.
So Laura gets the upper hand when she stabs one of Michael's hands into the table in the kitchen.
Yeah.
She mounts him and then stabs him in the chest with another knife that she pulls out.
I like it.
And then gets out and stabs his other hand and then takes a frying pan and nails him to the table like he's being nailed to the cross. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the thing I picked up on. And then pinned him down with the refrigerator just so he won't move.
Yeah, I like it. I like that. You know what? From now on, everybody need to be like Lori. When they're in the horror, that needs to be a Scream rule. If they make Scream 18, because there's so many Scream movies at this point.
Oh, we're gonna do Scream 2, by the way. But
yeah, I'd like that. But y'all need to be like Lori. Like Lori is not letting up. She unloaded the clip on your boy.
Right.
You got 3 knives, which means that one he had, that means the other 2 was in the back pocket somewhere, or she went searching. Yeah. She was prepared.
The next thing she does, she grabs another knife and stabs him in the side. Like,
yes. And right she twisted it.
Yeah. And then next she takes off his mask and just let him know, look, I've been through all this pain and emotional trauma that you done put me through. Like, this is a breakup moment right now.
She straight up Game of Thrones did. Except for she was like, tell them it was me.
Right. Like, I tried to forgive you, then I hated you, then I loved you, and this is what it's come down to. I know now that you're not a boogeyman. You're just a man that's about to stop breathing. And then
Yep. But what got me, he still kept coming.
He still kept coming. Because he
somehow, what is he made of? Adamantium?
Well, he got his hand free, and you saw this big old cut down the middle of his hand.
Yes.
And he starts choking her. She's like,
but like
the fact that his hand is already cut in half, right? And we're not even going to talk about the fact that he grew 2 more fingers since Halloween Kills. But suspend disbelief for a second.
Yep.
So all the tendons, he's still able to grip this woman's throat and squeeze, and she's letting it happen. Like, it finally makes it back to the house and frees Lori, and they break his arm because she's a medical professional.
Mm-hmm.
And Lori grabs him by the arm and, does the, cuts his arm down. Yeah, Lori did that.
I thought Allison did it.
Nah, it was Lori.
It was Lori. Okay.
Yeah.
And she was smart.
So what they tell me is, if you want attention, you go across. If you want results, you go down. I'm not advocating suicide, but someone told me this before.
Listen, all I'm saying is,
and Lori was definitely cutting for results for Mike.
that is a lot of information. All you just say is cut down, not across. That's it. That's all you need to say about that, because that's what she did.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she did, and again, you got a Colombian necktie. a severed hand.
Yeah.
But it was the cut down. It was the cut down, not across, that did it.
Right. I don't know.
Is it the fact that he had a broken femur too, and you stabbed him in the lungs? Like you really wanted this to end.
Well, that wasn't the end, though.
No. Then they gave the procession.
Well, hold on. Before we even get to procession, we get Hawkins finally coming in with the mod squad or the Keystone Cops, seeing that Corey's deleted on the floor, and they got Michael dead on the table.
Yeah.
On the kitchen table. Like, I would throw that table out. I would never eat on that table again.
Man, I'm moving.
Right. And Allison, like, he ain't dead enough. So they strap his ass to the top of their car and beat him out down the street like a funeral procession.
Yep, the procession. Absolutely. And
so real quick, did you notice that the cops were like, this ain't how we do things? And the black sheriff rolled up and like, this is how we're going to do things tonight here, boy.
Because I was like, I'm surprised I didn't say this is how we do it. La, 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 la. Yeah, because that cop had the right idea. Like, yo, we doing this one thing tonight.
Right.
And let the whole town see, hey, we got this guy. We got him. Finally. Right. Y'all can sleep better tonight. Mm-hmm. We finally caught the boogeyman. He ended up being a real person.
Right.
And I did appreciate, although far-fetched, I did appreciate the procession because you saw in the procession certain faces.
Mm-hmm. Who do we see? Go ahead and name them.
We saw Julius.
Julian, my boy Julian.
To see Julius.
He's a teenager now.
Yes, I loved seeing the callback to Julius.
Yeah.
You saw the lady from the grocery store that cussed out Lori.
Yeah, Sandra.
Yeah, with the wheelchair of the sister. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's a good wheelchair because y'all are on gravel.
Right.
Y'all are on gravel at this point.
But do you know she's the only one to survive an actual shape attack in all three movies? She was in the 2018 movie as the person that showed the podcasters where Judith's body was laid to rest. Of course, we saw in Kills where she caught the light bulb to the throat.
Yes.
And now she's walking the procession.
Along with everybody else.
Yep. So that was a good little callback. I appreciated that.
I appreciated both of those. And what I liked about the procession is that it's led by Lori.
Right.
After all this time, you finally have the town behind you.
Mm-hmm. And so when they pull up to the turbine crusher, the townspeople untie Mikey and body surf his ass up to the crusher.
The only thing that would have made that scene better is if somebody started playing. I'd be surprised if the internet. I should actually do this. Play swag surf. I swag and I surf. Animal hypnotic. Yeah, that should be playing as he's going.
Don't give me no ideas. I might throw that in this edit. So
yes, that would be great.
So they put him to the edge of the turbine car crusher, and Allison turns on the machine. Like, who said that? How does she know how to work this damn thing? Like,
because she, in a cutaway scene that's probably somewhere that doesn't exist, like how they levitated on the roof, she's been to the junkyard before.
Lori pushes old Mikey into the car crushing turbine, and
hey, Mikey, he likes it.
I hope if he was still alive, I hope it was a quick death because that looks painful.
No. He felt all of that.
Yeah, like especially when they got to his head, like the way his head crushed in there, like ugh.
Yeah, it popped like a grape.
Ugh. Ugh.
I was fine with that too. So, I'm glad she took his mask off to know that it was really him.
Right.
I feel like that was a callback to H2O. I'm sorry, not H2O.
That was H2O.
Yeah, where
H2O was the resurrection. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm glad it's not. We didn't know it was him. This is him. We don't want any more after this.
Mm-mm.
We're super done.
So if you notice, Lori kept the mask. Like it was sitting next to her when she was finishing up her memoir or whatever, and she let us know that Allison and her, reconciled their relationship, even though Alice still leaves Haddonfield, rightfully so. I mean, she needs to get away from Lori. I know she loves her grandmama, but yeah, that ain't the move right now. So, and we see
Yeah.
like an assumed romance with Deputy Hawkins, coming by delivering some produce to her front door and talking about Japan and rose blossoms or something they was talking about.
Cherry blossoms.
Cherry
Cherry
blossoms,
blossoms.
yeah.
Yes, they were talking about cherry blossoms.
So yeah, and that's ended it. That roll credits. Halloween ends. That's the movie.
That's it.
So
So,
as here's some stuff that I took notes on.
mhm,
Of course, we already mentioned this. The movie isn't being received well right now just because of
mhm,
the Corey Apprentice storyline, but and
mhm.
the fans are petitioning a reshoot, which I don't think that's going to happen.
No, it's fine the way it is.
So, as I was doing my research on this film,
Mhm.
the writer of the film designed 2018 for this trilogy. He designed 2018 just to set up the events of let you remember what happened in 1978's film,
Mhm.
and that Halloween Kills was supposed to be an action film, like an action horror film. That's why it was set up the way it was. It was supposed to be an action film, and that this film Halloween Ends was actually supposed to be a love story because you have all that's how he set it up. You have Lori and Officer Hawkins, they got a little budding love. You got the Corey and Allison storyline where they're supposed to be in love, and she's trying to get away from her crazy ex-boyfriend who's a cop. So you got a little love triangle there. I mean, it was supposed to be a love story, basically, according to the writer.
This is my face judging the writers. This is my judging face
And
because
that's why Michael Myers was kept to the background of this, because he wanted this to be a love story.
the plot line going. I feel like if you're gonna have three movies, then make it feel like three movies. Like none of these
Right.
movies can stand. Like none of these movies, you have to
All three,
suspend a lot
yeah.
in
Looking back
order
on
to
it, all
accept.
three were really disjointed.
Right,
They were
the
so different
cohesiveness.
from the other ones. So
That's why I said the issue for me, not just with this movie, but in the whole trilogy that they're trying to make,
mhm.
the tonality's off.
Right. So Blumhouse, the ones that produced this movie, the
Hmm.
production company, they
Yeah,
want to make more Halloween movies, but
absolutely not.
the after this film, the rights reverted back to a guy named Malik Akkad, which is the person that actually owns the rights of Halloween. I thought it was John Carpenter and Debbie Hill that owned it.
Hmm.
Actually, this guy funded the first Halloween and kept all the rights to himself. So he's the
Oh,
one that's been sitting on a fat bank off of the Halloween franchises all these years.
okay.
And so he just sold the rights to Blumhouse for them to make this trilogy, but the rights revert back to him after Halloween ends. So unless him or his family gives someone else permission to try to redo Halloween, this is going to be the last one we're going to have for a while. So
I'm okay with that. Hard body. Yeah,
guess what else this movie had the audacity to do, though?
absolutely not. Are you serious?
They
Really?
actually made money on this film.
Oh no! How dare they?
Even though
How?
this movie was a day and date release on Peacock and in the theaters, this movie right now is at $71 million worldwide against a $30 million budget. So they made back double what they
You
spent
know
to
what?
make it.
I
So
know why. I know
I
why.
mean, it's a success technically. I mean,
I know why it's making so much money.
why is that?
People are like you and I. Hey man, have you seen this baby back BS right here? Come, I'll go with you.
Would have made if it would have just been just a regular theatrical release without it being on Peacock at the same day. So
Honestly,
I mean, Halloween's one of them movies where you just feel like you gotta go see it, no matter what people say. You gotta see it for yourself. You gotta know what it is.
sure.
That was Halloween Ends.
That was
Leave your
it.
comments below. Let us know how we did with this series. I'm going to have the links to Kills 78 and 2018, as well as our watch along. That was really fun to do. We're going to do another watch along. But let's end it here. For Miss Sasha, I'm Trayvon. Thanks for watching. You're watching The Black Side of Movies.
And don't forget, be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you can get all of the content that's going to come out from the Black Side of Movies.
Yeah.
See you again.
All right. Have a good night.
Good night.